Now I'm going to show you another single crust pie, except this one is made with cookie crumbs, chocolate cookie crumbs, and it's an ice cream pie. Now, what I need to do first is get our crust into the pie plate. And what I have is I have a 1/4 cup of melted and cooled butter. And I'm going to add to that our chocolate cookie crumbs and our sugar. And I'm going to mix those into a chunky paste here. Now, it's okay if it has this look to it, because remember, those crumbs are going to keep softening. And the sugar and the action in our freezer is going to help bind that together. I'm going to add just a little more butter to that, just so it gathers itself together. Beautiful. You know that this crust is ready once it starts holding together like that. You're looking for something that's kind of like concrete that binds together when squeezed like that, because that's essentially what we're going to do in this pie pan. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this mixture all at once en masse into my crust, and working out from the middle, I'm going to start pressing. Now, what I need to make sure happens is that I have a nice thin crust on the bottom, because I need to build this crust up onto the sides. And what's going to help me do that is this flat-bottomed 1/3 cup measure. You can use a 1/2 cup measure if you like. Whatever is fitting nicely into your hand. I have a fairly big hand. If you have a small hand, you're going to want to use a smaller piece. And what's really great about this is that when I go around it a second time, I'm going to put my fingers inside here, and it really gives me the feel that I need. You hear that and read that a lot in pastry recipes and in cookbooks that specialize in doughs and pastries. They talk about feel. Well, in this case, I really want to be able to feel those crumbs. If I don't feel the crumbs, I feel disassociated from the crust, and I'm not going to be able to make it nice and even. And here, if you notice, I'm able to let that crumb crust climb the sides. There we go. And there I have this beautiful crumb crust. I just want that about 1 inch deep. We don't need to have it coming up over the edges. That's not what this pie is about. All we're going to do is fill that with ice cream, and the ice cream is going to help hold its shape, just like those pie weights did with that lemon meringue pie. So this is ready for the freezer. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Jeannie is handing me off a pie crust that we froze a little while ago, and here is some softened vanilla ice cream for our filling. Thank you very much. Now, that pie needs to go into the freezer for about a 1/2 hour, 45 minutes for the crust to become solid. Here's our nice softened ice cream. I'm going to put that into our tabletop mixer fitted with the spade attachment. I'm going to add our ice cream to this right now. I want this ice cream nicely softened so our machine doesn't have to work that hard to incorporate the ingredients. And I've got all my other ingredients laid out in front of me, my mise en place, and that's one of the things that's very important about this pie. Everything happens so quickly, we don't want that ice cream to get too melted. And I'm going to now raise my work bowl. In goes 2 tablespoons of Grand Marnier. In goes my 2/3 cup of orange concentrate. And again, start mixing slow, then a little speed, and it's mixed. And we want to get this into our pie crust as quickly as possible. There we go. Using our spoon again, swirl that right to the edge. And that is ready for the freezer. About 45 minutes to an hour, and this is going to be ready to slice. Now, the Grand Marnier and the orange juice concentrate in there has enough sugar and alcohol, so it's never going to get as hard as the plain old ice cream. So it's always going to be slightly soft to the fork and easy to cut.